Modern women keep proving how good it is for men to stay single in the modern age. If any of you are looking for a wife, then I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but now is the worst time to get married or get serious about modern X. I wish things were different and you could have a wife or two and have a lasting relationship where they are loyal and love you. But the ship has already sailed. If you truly believe that marriage and relationships are still worth fighting for, then everything that happens to you is your fault. You can't complain or denigrate women because there's enough evidence to prove to you that dating and relationships are dead and that modern women only care about their bags. I know you don't want to hear the truth, you think I'm a bunch of bullshit, but someone has to bring you back to reality. It's over, gentlemen. No matter how hard you try, most of the people watching this video are not going to get a faithful and loving wife. This is a fact. No amount of hope and persistence will change that. He will forever be chasing a fantasy until you accept that reality. There isn't much of a dating scene here other than 300s and foursomes and opportunists who will betray you to get what they want. Accept it, find an alternative to the relationship, and move on. I have to face the fact that no matter what I do, I will never find a faithful life partner who won't put up with a breakup, divorce, cheat on me, take my kids for money or out of spite and will love me even if I lose everything. I had to give up my desire for a good wife, family, good marriage, and accept the fact that I would die alone in order to reach that point in my life that is calm and loving peace and peace. I have freedom. Maybe this path isn't for you and you want to choose a woman over your life, but one thing is for sure, it's not a matter of if. It's about your journey or when death will abandon you and your marriage for money. Maybe one or two of you watching this video will get what you want and you will have a partner for life. But the rest of you will fail statistically, so keep that in mind. I know I've made a lot of bold claims, and it sounds like I'm all doomed, but I've provided more evidence to support my point that dating and relationships are dead. Yes folks, I have evidence of a woman dating 3 men at the same time to fight the gossip. Lord have mercy. We gotta focus on our mission guys and leave the cream eaters alone. She's not the only one doing this. Believe me, millions of women around the world are dating multiple men, and it's getting worse every day. Your deputy does it, your sister does it, your wife-to-be is all dating multiple men instead of picking a good one and starting her own family. That's the sad reality, and this New York Post article will prove it. The title is I Date 3 Guys at Once. To combat gossip, here's why. Gentlemen, hit the like button to get 600 likes for this video. Grab a cold beer and some chicken nuggets and let's hear what this lady has to say. Over the summer, Serena Kerrigan was caught off guard when a man left her via text message in the early stages of dating. Hurt and frustrated, the 28-year-old decided it was time to date differently. She inadvertently sees 3 men at the same time to save herself from paying too much attention to one, and to save herself from heartache when she's forgotten or haunted. Producer and entrepreneur Kerrigan told the Post, I really like the idea of the guy I'm dating because I'm only dating him, not multiple people. I feel like I fell in love instantly, adding the content creator behind the dating card game Let's Fing Date. Kerrigan, who defines dating as having a one-on-one conversation with someone, said seeing multiple people instead of just one changed how she felt about herself. Serena Kerrigan says her love life has never been happier after deciding not to date just one guy at a time. Overworking was the best thing I did for my confidence, she said. Wow. Here, you're the sucker for love, the chick hungry anitis ninja. Although this 20 is happy that she is dating multiple men. Did you hear it? She's never been happier with having more options. Women are the new men. I believe it wholeheartedly now more than ever because you want what women wanted in men back then. Women now behave like men in the past. When did you start listening to the House of Lords? Just ditch dating and relationships and find another solution. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. She's 1 foot from the wall and soon she's asking, where are all the good guys when Chad and the top guys are nowhere to be found? We know how this story ends. At this rate, she's heading towards no man's land, and it's all her fault. She was the one who chose to date multiple men instead of settling down. But she says she's happy now, so leave her alone. Chickens have to go home and sleep. So after 30 to 35, don't be surprised if women like her go to bed crying alone at night. They want a man in their life. Remember the video I made some time ago? They predict that by 2030, 45% of women in the US will be single and childless, which is within reach. It is women like her who waste their youth and fertility by playing dumb and thinking they will be forever young will be part of this statistic. And judging from this woman's mentality and trajectory, at this time, it takes a super innocent heavenly father to save her from herself. Anyway, let's move on. She clarified that she wouldn't see all 3 men every week, but would switch back and forth between them to make plans. But while she may rarely see every man, she says it allows her to focus on what she values, which is good times and great conversations. Kerrigan took her idea to TikTok and was struck by how many people agreed with her and tried the same thing. Many users who commented on her post earlier this month found that the strategy had helped them take more control over their dating lives. So far, The post has been viewed more than 4,480 times. Well, gentlemen, now we know why society is screwed. So instead of shaming and holding those 20 ludicrous actions accountable, she was praised and inspired more sheep to join her cause. You can't make it up. That's why men don't want to be fathers anymore. Because in these streets, there is nothing but garbage. Imagine instilling this lifestyle and mindset in people and entrusting the next generation to them. We are done. I told you the future was poly. Right here. That being said, many people agree that this woman is in polyamorous relationships and embracing this lifestyle. I don't think even Skydaddy can fix this unless he comes for this world. Guys, this is why I tell you to stay single. Bullshit like this, why do you need to step away and focus on living away from women? We gotta stay focused, brothers, we must stay focused. Keep flipping the line, gentlemen, that's all I have to say. Let's get back to this article. The rule of 3 allows them to choose who they actually want to be with instead of feeling like they were chosen by a man. Kiara, 25, who commented on the video, told the post the tactic is now her preferred method of dating. I used to tend to bond very quickly, even when I knew we weren't that compatible or had red flags, said a Toronto-based production assistant for a jewelry designer, who declined to give her last name for privacy reasons. Kiara is currently dating 3 guys and has been practicing the rule of thirds for about 5 years. She said it changed her attitude and helped her avoid heartbreak. When it comes to her, I don't feel any pressure. She says, I wouldn't be sad if we didn't see each other again, just a pat on the shoulder and move on. She says her favorite way to date is to tell your future wife what she's doing on these streets. They're cold as dice, don't feel it no matter how many whistles they get, and live life to the fullest. Sounds like something a modern man should be doing. But no, you don't want that. You want the strategist to want you to have a woman who loves you for you and you end up being thrown away like toilet paper. Do you know Shane Hope's strategist? I really wonder why you guys can't wake up and realize you're not getting unicorns or good treatment from modern women. What does it take to wake you up? How many more stories and articles do you need before you realize that dating and being in a relationship isn't worth it? Both women were young, and poly was exactly what they wanted. You don't want a good man. If they did, they would have won by now. But apparently they didn't. So that's just telling you where young women go. That's not all. But enough of them will dabble and date multiple men and sell their souls. In order for us to come to the conclusion that society is over, let's move on. Los Angeles-based dating coach and therapist Jane Brownstein praises the idea of dating multiple people at once. I think it's very wise not to put all your eggs in one basket, the 45-year-old told the Post. I think it's healthy until you have a conversation, she added, referring to the relationship. Talk about exclusivity. Great gentlemen, even the feet of old goblins. Women agree. Have you ever heard of the blind leading the blind? Have you ever heard of vandalizing women? Women are their own worst enemies. Always remember, brethren. To make matters worse, she's a therapist. I don't need to say anything more. I don't want to sit in front of you if that's the advice a therapist is giving. Instead of providing guidance and direction to these young women, the dinosaur encouraged behaviors that led to lives of loneliness and misery. This is the definition of loving companionship in suffering. Well, I say let it burn and leave these people alone. But guys, I left the plantation years ago and will never come back to rescue anyone. If you want to save and preserve these excess, there will be plenty of them. Brownstein goes on to say that dating multiple people removes some of the tense energy that sometimes comes with focusing on just one person, and removes the possibility of you building someone up in your mind. The truth is, life is full of variety and we have options. She suggested that focusing on just one person is not healthy. Responding to one user's TikTok, Kerrigan said she was creeped out by advice on how to avoid heartbreak. Women in particular could benefit from the practice, she said. Men are more likely than women to date multiple women at once, Brownstein said, noting the latter. Sometimes they feel almost wrong to date more than one person. This has got to be the worst story we've had so far. Gentlemen, are you sure you still want to flip a coin in relationships after reading this article? One thing is for sure, poly is the future. CC is here to stay. Dating and relationships are only going to get worse for the average person in the future. If you don't want to deal with this BS, then you know what to do. Stay away from double XS, relationships and dating. You have monk mode, but free agent lifestyle, pass, gang or go your own way. So I don't want to hear any more crap about you being harassed by modern women. They want the strategist to have no mercy on me from now on. What I'm going to say on the screen is the season 6 video that our community loves. So click it now to reprogram your mind and learn how to outdo the modern woman.